Essay. Essay. 4. Humility. By Yuval Noah Harari. Summary. The essay titled Humility, penned by the esteemed author, historian, and philosopher Professor Yuval Noah Harari, holds a profound relevance in today's world, where false notions of superiority often drive societal dynamics. With an illustrious reputation hailing from Jerusalem, Professor Harari appeals to diverse religious and cultural groups globally to embrace rationality and eradicate pride and arrogance from humanity. In this essay, Professor Harari delves into the pervasive belief among various religious and cultural factions that they are the epicenter of the world. This sentiment breeds a sense of cultural superiority, leading them to view their culture as the pinnacle of human history. However, the author vehemently critiques this notion, offering instances of false superiority that prevail in the contemporary world. He begins by highlighting the Greek perspective, where they believe that human history commenced with illustrious figures such as Homer, Sophocles, and Plato, and human civilization was birthed in renowned cities like Athens, Sparta, Alexandria, or Constantinople. Similarly, the Chinese identify the beginning of human history with the Yellow Emperor and the Xia and Shang dynasties. The Hindus hold their own convictions, attributing the inception of human history to their achievements, citing inventions like rockets, airplanes by Maharshi Bhardwaj, and atomic theory by Acharya Kanad. The Muslims, on the other hand, assert that history is centered around Prophet Muhammad and the Quran. This narrative is paralleled in the Jewish faith, wherein others are deemed inferior. Professor Harari delves further, questioning the monotheistic tendencies that can potentially endanger social and cultural harmony. He highlights the arrogance exhibited by Jews in their claim to the invention of yoga due to similarities between yoga postures and the Hebrew language. They often take credit for various innovations. The author contends that these beliefs are irrational, as the formation of human history predates the divisions based on caste, creed, religion, and geographical boundaries. Professor Harari eloquently asserts that morality, art, spirituality, and creativity are embedded in every individual's DNA, representing universal human abilities that transcend cultural boundaries. The core of the author's argument rests on advocating for religious tolerance and fostering universal brotherhood by deflating egotism. He encourages people to acknowledge the interconnectedness of their shared human attributes, irrespective of cultural or religious affiliations. This, he believes, can promote a more harmonious and equitable world, shunning divisive tendencies and fostering humility. In conclusion, Professor Yuval Noah Harari's essay, Humility, resonates deeply in today's society, where notions of cultural and religious superiority often sow discord. Through meticulous examples, the author underscores the irrationality of these beliefs, emphasizing the universality of human attributes. By advocating for religious tolerance, universal brotherhood, and humility, Professor Harari challenges readers to embrace a more inclusive and harmonious worldview that transcends divisive notions of superiority. Understanding the text. Answer the following questions. A. Describe the claim of the Chinese nationalists about the human history. The Chinese nationalists assert a distinctive claim about the origins of human history, attributing its commencement to the Yellow Emperor and the Xia and Shang dynasties. They view Western historical narratives as mere imitations of the authentic Chinese achievements. According to their perspective, the accomplishments and innovations from the West are perceived as lacking the originality and depth that the Chinese civilization inherently possesses. This claim underscores their belief in the unique contributions of their cultural heritage, asserting that the foundations of human history were laid within the context of their own dynasties. The nationalist perspective emphasizes the significance of China's historical contributions and positions their cultural breakthroughs as unparalleled, thus fostering a sense of pride and exceptionalism within the Chinese populace. B. What do pious Muslims believe about the human history? Pious Muslims hold the belief that human history, preceding the era of Prophet Muhammad, is largely inconsequential in comparison to the significance brought by the revelation of the Quran. Their perspective suggests that the Quranic teachings and the emergence of the Muslim Ummah, the global community of Muslims, mark a pivotal turning point in human history. From their standpoint, the revelations contained in the Quran provide a comprehensive framework for understanding human existence and the path towards spiritual salvation. The arrival of Prophet Muhammad and the propagation of Islam are considered to be the definitive events that reshaped the course of history, emphasizing the centrality of faith and the Muslim community. This viewpoint reinforces the idea that the Quranic teachings hold the ultimate guidance for humanity, rendering pre-Islamic history as secondary in the broader context of their religious convictions. See, what did the Aztecs firmly believe about the universe? The Aztecs held a deeply ingrained belief that their annual sacrificial rituals were pivotal to the stability of the universe. According to their cosmology, the sun's daily ascent was contingent upon the offerings they presented to their deities, primarily Huitzilopochtli, the sun god. They saw themselves as custodians of cosmic order, responsible for maintaining the delicate balance between the earthly realm and the celestial spheres. The act of offering human sacrifices was regarded as a means of appeasing and nourishing the gods, thereby ensuring the continuous movement of the sun, rain, and the sustenance of life. Overall, the Aztecs' firm conviction that their sacrifices upheld the universe reflected their intricate understanding of their place within the cosmic order and their dedication to the cosmic harmony they believed their actions maintained. What, according to the essay, Universal Human Abilities? The essay asserts that within every individual's DNA lie universal human abilities that transcend cultural, religious, and geographical boundaries. These abilities encompass morality, art, spirituality, and creativity. Morality refers to the inherent capacity to discern right from wrong and to cultivate ethical principles that guide human behavior. Artistic expression, another universal ability, manifests in various forms across cultures, encompassing visual arts, music, literature, and more, serving as a means of communication and reflection. Spirituality, inherent to humanity, encompasses the yearning for deeper meaning, connection, and transcendence beyond the material realm. This inclination towards the spiritual realm is shared by people across diverse backgrounds. Lastly, creativity, a universal trait, empowers individuals to innovate, problem solve, and shape their environments. These universal human abilities underline the shared aspects of human experience that transcend divisions, urging for greater understanding, tolerance, and cooperation among diverse cultures and communities. The essay advocates embracing these innate qualities as common ground for promoting religious tolerance, universal brotherhood, and humility. How are the basic yoga postures derived from the shape of the letters of the Hebrew alphabet? The essay suggests that some proponents claim the basic yoga postures are derived from the shapes of the letters in the Hebrew alphabet. For instance, the posture, Trikonasana, resembling the shape of the Hebrew letter Aleph, and the posture, Chuladandasana, resembling the letter Daled, are cited as examples. This connection is used to assert a sense of superiority and originality by attributing the origin of these postures to Hebrew letters. However, the essay presents this claim skeptically, implying that such assertions of superiority based on historical claims can lead to false arrogance and a distorted understanding of cultural origins. It underscores the broader theme of the essay, the need to approach cultural and historical beliefs with humility and an open mind. Reference to the context. A. How do Hindu nationalists refute the Chinese claim that human history really began with the Yellow Emperor and the Xia and Shang dynasties? Who do you agree with and why? Hindu nationalists refute the Chinese claim that human history began with the Yellow Emperor and the Xia and Shang dynasties, by pointing to the ancient wisdom and inventions attributed to Hindu sages in their holy texts. They argue that Hinduism is the oldest religion, and its sages possessed mysterious powers akin to gods, evidenced by their inventions like airplanes, missile rockets, and atomic energy. This perspective challenges the Chinese narrative and asserts the supremacy of Hindu civilization. I lean towards a neutral standpoint in this debate. While both sides present their historical claims, it's crucial to approach such assertions with a critical and open mind. Historical accuracy can be challenging to determine due to the lack of concrete evidence from such distant periods. It's important to respect diverse cultural narratives while avoiding unnecessary superiority complexes that can arise from nationalistic interpretations of history. B. The author has dealt with a controversial debate on human history. Why do you think history has been a major contested issue in the present world? The issue of human history has become a major contested debate due to differing nationalistic narratives and claims of superiority. The essay Humility by Yuval Noah Harari highlights the controversial nature of historical interpretations. Claims by Chinese, Hindu nationalists, and pious Muslims regarding the origins of human history clash, each asserting their culture's significance. In the present world, history has become a tool for establishing national identity and pride. This contestation stems from a desire to validate one's culture, leading to an ego-driven reluctance to accept alternative explanations. The need to assert dominance and prove the uniqueness of one's civilization has fueled this debate. As history intersects with cultural, religious, and political factors, it becomes a battleground for asserting cultural and national supremacy, making it a major source of contention in the contemporary world. Reference beyond the text. A. Write a short essay on the conflicting history of human civilization. The conflicting history of human civilization. The study of human history is a complex endeavor that often unveils conflicting narratives, interpretations, and claims. As societies evolve, so do their interpretations of the past, leading to a clash of perspectives and a conflicting history of human civilization. This phenomenon is driven by diverse cultural, religious, and nationalistic factors that shape historical narratives. One of the primary sources of conflicting history arises from differing nationalistic interpretations. Nations often seek to establish a sense of identity and pride by emphasizing their unique contributions to civilization. This can lead to contrasting historical accounts, as each nation highlights its own achievements while downplaying those of others. This competition for historical supremacy fosters a conflicting narrative where one nation's history might contradict or challenge another's. Religious beliefs also play a pivotal role in shaping conflicting histories. Sacred texts and teachings provide a lens through which followers perceive the past. As religious interpretations vary, they can lead to contradictory historical accounts. For instance, religious scriptures might provide a certain chronology of events that clashes with scientific or archaeological evidence. Furthermore, cultural diversity contributes to the conflicting history of human civilization. Different cultures value and prioritize certain events, figures, and achievements, often leading to varying historical narratives. These discrepancies can emerge due to differences in languages, traditions, and societal structures. What is deemed significant by one culture might be considered negligible by another, contributing to the complexity of historical interpretations. The media and education systems of nations also play a role in perpetuating conflicting histories. Nationalistic agendas may lead to the promotion of a particular version of history that aligns with the ruling ideology. This can further entrench the divide between differing historical viewpoints, preventing a harmonious understanding of the past. In a rapidly globalizing world, the conflicting history of human civilization can lead to misunderstandings, tensions, and even conflicts. However, it is essential to acknowledge that historical narratives are multifaceted and subject to interpretation. Embracing a more inclusive and open-minded approach to history can pave the way for reconciliation and mutual understanding. In conclusion, the conflicting history of human civilization is a result of diverse influences, including nationalism, religion, culture, and education. The clash of perspectives stemming from these factors leads to contradictory historical narratives. While this phenomenon can be a source of division, it also highlights the complexity of human societies and the need for nuanced, open-minded conversations about our shared past. B. The author claims, since it is more polite to criticize one's own people than to criticize foreigners. Do you agree to his claim? Give your reasons. The assertion that it is more polite to criticize one's own people than to criticize foreigners is rooted in cultural nuances and social dynamics prevalent in various societies. This phenomenon can be observed in different parts of the world and can be attributed to several supporting reasons. Firstly, criticizing one's own people is often perceived as a form of constructive feedback aimed at improvement rather than a hostile attack. When individuals within a community express concerns or criticisms about their own group, it is often viewed as an act of care and concern for the betterment of the community. This is particularly true in collectivist cultures where the collective well-being is highly valued, and personal success is closely tied to the success of the community. In such contexts, self-criticism is seen as an act of humility and responsibility. Secondly, criticizing foreigners may be seen as disrespectful or culturally insensitive, as it could be interpreted as an outsider imposing their values or judgments on a different culture. Engaging in constructive criticism with foreigners requires a level of understanding and familiarity with their cultural context, which might not always be available. As a result, individuals often hesitate to criticize foreign cultures or people directly due to the potential for misunderstanding or offense. Furthermore, criticizing one's own people can be a way of addressing internal issues and challenges without inviting external interference. Communities often prefer to handle their internal matters privately, and addressing problems within the group can be seen as a sign of solidarity and unity. On the other hand, openly criticizing foreigners can sometimes perpetuate stereotypes, misunderstandings, and biases, which can lead to strained relationships and international tensions. Lastly, the idea of criticizing one's own people is often linked to cultural relativism, the understanding that different cultures have their own unique norms and values. This recognition encourages individuals to approach internal issues with a nuanced perspective that considers the cultural context and history of their own group. Criticizing one's own people within this framework can be seen as an attempt to hold oneself accountable, while acknowledging the complexities of cultural diversity. In conclusion, the notion that it is more polite to criticize one's own people than to criticize foreigners finds its basis in cultural sensitivity, collective well-being, and a desire to foster constructive dialogue. This approach aims to promote self-improvement within the community while also respecting the diversity and autonomy of other cultures. While context and cultural norms play a significant role in shaping these dynamics, the intention behind such a practice often aligns with maintaining harmony and facilitating growth within and across societies. Best of luck.